Shadow printing is another technique that really creates lovely depth in your fabric. And this is created by actually doing two prints, one on top of the other, but slightly off center. If you look at this piece of fabric here, at the bottom row is our first row of block printing. And then the top row is slightly darker and slightly off center. And I'm going to show you how to do that now. Obviously, you have to charge up your block with your paint like that. And we're just going to print one row for now, because I'd like to show you how we can create. I'm going to leave, in fact, I'm going to leave a gap. Look, I'll show you another little trick. If you leave a block like that, we can actually do a checkerboard effect and have it nice and evenly spaced. So if I just do that last one there, I'm going to carry on later with my checkerboard. Now if you just look here, we have a very nice green, a sort of reasonably dark green, and that's our first base colour. Now secondly, on top of that, we're going to add a second colour. Now this time, you see we have some black here. You just get a little bit of black because we're actually creating a darker shade of the colour that you've already got. So get the black, mix it all in together to create a darker shade, because there's an A in black and there's an A in shade, and that's how you remember. So again, charge up your block. And this time, now this is really important, if you could just watch one moment for this stage. When you're positioning your block, you will not put the block exactly on top. You'll just literally move it over to one side, and you push down firmly again, and you can see there's almost like a double block. Do you see what I mean? There's a shadow. It looks like there's a sort of contrast there. So you can see with the second block on top, it's created a kind of shadow. And obviously we want to just carry on doing the same thing. So I've charged up the block again, and I'm positioning the block again, not exactly on top, but just slightly off center. I'm going to push it down, and let's see, oh, now that's, you can quite clearly see the different tones, the different shades of this green here. It's gone quite dark. And so if you could carry on doing that, I shall just finish my one. And so once you've finished the whole first row of your lightest colour, mix in the black and create your darker shade of your base colour. Now I finished my example here, and I'm really pleased with it. I think that's really come out crisp and clear. Were I to continue, I think I might carry on doing a checkerboard effect or something like that. But I think it's up to you now to just carry on creating your own fabric. I'd just like to show you a before and after, just so it's absolutely clear, because sometimes people are not quite sure exactly what we mean by shadow printing. If you can see here, this is our fossil block. The top one is our first print that has just got one base colour on. Then we added a touch of black to get a darker shade, and we then placed the fossil block again on top, but slightly off centre, not exactly on top, and we've ended up with that lovely shadow effect. And this is another piece that I think clearly demonstrates the benefit of the shadow. Here you've got the red again. And this is the second layer where we've added a little tip of black to create a darker shade, and then you've got that lovely red outline, and I think that works really, really well. Something that I always have a passion for are art journals. Something we love to make are books. We're always making books, particularly with little bits of fabric that you really don't know what to do with. This is a piece of fabric that we used with our natural forms. And this is, again, can you see how that's shadow printed with different tones of the shades of the blue? And we then just used it as a patchwork to create a lovely, there's the border here. And then inside, we've just created it with some wadding and a lining fabric. And we've created some altered papers just so that we can then use that as a journal. Now, the other thing is that we never throw anything away. No little bit of scrap ever gets put in the bin. And so, for instance, here, this booklet, which is yet to have its pages sewn in, can you see there it's empty? But you can see how it's constructed, because actually all the leftover bits that we used were left from our original book. We've actually used quite cleverly to combine with the colours. We've done some strip patchwork here, and I think that works really well. And in fact, you could use this technique for many things like placemats or book covers, or I mean anything you want to make. It really doesn't matter. My message is don't throw anything away, use the scraps. Now I think with the, can you see that there's some depth coming out? Let's see what depth you've created, Fauzi, with your piece here. Can you definitely see the different the two different
two-tone, and definitely the darker tone definitely brings out the shadow underneath as well.
I agree.
And I'm just wondering, would you stop at 2 layers?
Well, no, I mean,
could you enhance it further by going to a darker shade, or is 2 enough?
I think if you're happy with it, then keep it as it is. But it's one of those things, if you don't like something, don't stop. Just think, well, I'm not going to put it in the bin, I'm going to add another layer. And I think it's about creating more and more layers until you're in a position where you're actually happy with what you've created. And I think that also we've kind of focused on shadow printing now, which is giving layers. Now with these layers, we put a block slightly on top of another block, which was the same block. You've used the same block all the time. Now I'd like to show you another technique whereby actually you use block on block, but it's 2 totally different blocks.